just a poor boy from Liverpool. I'm just a poor boy from Liverpool.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you 2 months ago? I think I'm the only podcaster who spoke the truth. Because everybody else is saying, Danny, stay in for another season, we're going to be fucked and all this nonsense. I was watching one fella before and it didn't half surprise me. 5 words, then I went click, off. Do you know what it was? 5 words. I feel sorry for Slot. That's what he said. He didn't feel sorry for you, me, or anybody else, or the majority of the fan base who wanted this fella out. Wanted him out for a very long time, not today. They wanted him out a very long time ago. I feel sorry for Slot. Does anybody else feel sorry for him? I certainly don't. I certainly don't. He's ruined our club. And it goes back a long time ago. He came in, took over Jurgen Klopp's title winner's side. It gelled that season. Jurgen left. He had that in place. They still had the mentality, the lads of Klopp. They went out, done the business in the first half of the season, won the league. Then he came in and started using a system and tactics which were absolutely useless and clueless. And that was last March, 2025, not 2026, a year ago, last March. And it still never worked. And you're getting these other podders going out. I'm not saying all podders, but a couple of them, like the I feel sorry for Slot fella, saying, you know, he will be able to turn it around. He has to turn it around. He never even mentions about the fans. I was listening to him. Never mentioned about the fans or nothing. Nothing. Then he mentioned about 99% of the fans. I was going, I never comment. You can't comment, you see, on other pods. And what I would love to have said, well, I'm in that 1%. And my people who come on with me are in that 1%. And we got it right. We wanted them gone. And a couple of months ago, if you remember, when we were talking about he should be gone anyway. And a little comment came up from a friend of mine. And he said, tell your listeners and your viewers not to worry. We'll have a new manager next season. And one of the lads, he's on here now, but I won't tell you who it is. And he kept phoning me saying, I'm done. I said, don't be worrying, he's going. And I'm talking about weeks ago. He was telling me, weeks ago. He said, Frank, I said, he's going. Trust in me. He's going. He's gone. Now, I really thought that he was going on Monday, the 1st of June. That's the only thing I got wrong. The 1st of June. In fact, he went on the 30th of May, my birthday month. And my daughter Francine's birthday month. And she phoned me this morning from Italy, you know, one of them video calls. And she said, Dad, amazing. And our little Sophia, my little granddaughter, with Sir Bosley on her back, said, Granddad, he's gone. I said, I know. You don't realise this Saturday is the beginning of a new era for Liverpool Football Club. We've got rid of that dead wood. We've got rid of it. Let's see what you've been saying anyway. And don't forget, I don't charge anybody for their comments, and I do read them out. Not like other ones where you'd have to pay, like super chats, to be read out. And even to go on that, what is it? I don't like mentioning pods, but you've got to pay to comment. That's disgusting. That you're all Liverpool fans. You should be embraced. Never mind paying. This cost me money. It cost my producer money. But at least I don't charge. I don't want anything off you because you're fellow Reds. You're great people. You've stuck with me. And I'll read everyone's out. We're full of emotion. Today, I'm the happiest person on the planet at the moment. I was so down and out because I should be in Italy today with my daughter and granddaughter, but I couldn't go because of advice by the doctors. You can't travel, don't travel. But this news, the most... Remember everyone saying, all you saying, every one of you was saying, I just want to wake up in the morning, breaking news. Well, it's broke news now, and he's gone. Daryl, like and subscribe, guys. It's free. Thank you. Thank you, Daryl. Can we, Daryl carries on. Can we hear the Ballsy sing? No, can we hear the Ballsy sing? I can't hear a fucking thing. No more boiled egg soldiers. There you go. Christopher. Hi, Frank and everyone. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you, Christopher. And he says, Slot already has a new club and it's in a beta. Yeah, it's Joe's Bar in San Antonio. He's taken over the team there. But I got told that he's being offered a job here anyway. But whether he takes it or not, I don't know. You don't know about it, but I'm going to tell you what it is. Have you seen Stanley Park? Stanley Park. Or Priory Road car parks? He's got a choice of being a car park attendant, either in Priory Road or Stanley Park car parks. He's got a choice. Would you like to see him there with his little pea cap on and a grey overall? Taking your money with a little satchel around. That'll be £5, please. Daryl. Ariola, here we go. Fabrizio's just posted. That's what I was going to ask you. Would you like Ariola or Ones? Who would you like here? I'm not saying they're the choices. Who would you like to see? But unfortunately, Enrique, I think he's going to sign another contract after tonight for PSG. But I'd love him. I'd like Enrique. Don't get me wrong. Barry Aldridge. Afternoon, Frank and Super Chat. My heart. We're happy. We're a happy bunch today, absolutely, from last night. Mo got slot one last goodbye, gift sort. No, that was, when I've always mentioned about him, with his records assists. His finest assist he gave was his last assist. And it came to fruition today. When he came out just before the last match against Brentford with his comment. And every player, except one, because he was the club captain, he couldn't really get involved, as you know. And they all liked it. All the main players liked it. And that was it. That was his best assist ever. The glorious Mo. And I remember the fellow with the 5 words saying that he called Mo for everything, saying that it was unacceptable that he came out and said it just before the Brentford game. Why? Why? Why was it unacceptable? It had to be said. And that was the final assist. That was the final nail. But I said to you, didn't I, 2 months ago, don't be worrying, he's going. And I just went along. And this morning, as I said, I was waiting for Monday morning, 1st of June. But I got my eye wiped. And it was this morning. Oh, fuck. So happy. So happy. And Daryl says, welcome, Andoni Iriola. And carries on, I've just heard a whisper, Thiago is in talks as well, Frank. He walked out of Barca. Go away. Go away. The quiet one. He's always quiet, he never says much. But what he says there, it's devastating. What a glorious day. Absolutely. It's like quiet one. It was so lovely to see you smile earlier on, Frank, on the call. Thank you. Thank you. And you. And you, Daryl. Daryl, cool. And the gang celebrate good times. Come on. The lovely live birds. Are you live there? Great to see you. Good afternoon, Reds. Also, Slot's departure officially announced on the LFC website. See, I don't use Facey anymore. But Daryl says a bit of an Andoni attacking football. Is our lovely Toscana, our Italian lady. Happy. Buona pomeriggio, Franco. Fellow Reds. What a great day. Pomeriggio means afternoon, by the way. I was talking to Toscana before. We've got plans, haven't we, Tosh? Plans for next year. Slot now smoking his Dutch joints. Please take Gakko with you. Do me a favour, people. Let me know who you'd like to see go. And most importantly, who would you like to see stay? It's very important, you know, because as you know, last season, the ending of not the season just gone, last season, the championship winning side. And he never won at slot. As I said, I keep saying it. I keep saying it. He was just a lucky man to be in the right place at the right time. Even the tea lady, she was there. You might as well say that she won it. You might as well say you won it as well. Not him. Mo Salah won that. Salah. With his record assists and his golden boot. Without him, where was he finished with this clown? The live bed, there are 18 of us here, but 6 have hit the like. Come on, people. This is a wonderful day. Thank you, live bed. You shall come to Italy with us. Peter, absolute do not feel sorry for that garbage coach. Useless. I'd love to mention the thing. I really would. I'd love to mention it. I'd love to mention that, but I can't, unfortunately. But I couldn't believe what he was saying. And I mean, he's feeling sorry for him. Obviously, he was a slot in because of the little perks, if you know what I mean. Hey, Carl, I don't feel sorry for Slot. He's a fraud. Good riddance to bad rubbish. No more to be said on that. Oh, brilliant. And DNAs, hiya DNAs. Hi Frank, Liverpool back. Liverpool are back. Get in. Absolutely. Absolutely. I only want to see a little banner coming up here like Bosta. Bosta. Brilliant. Love it. Thank you. Zarrell. I feel no guilt in this prick. I have destroyed our club and the mentality of this club. And players, let's get behind Andoni and the boys now. Don't let the door hit. I know the way out, you bald fraud. Yeah, as I said, it's, the parking job. Because when they shine a light on his head, when it's dark, the winter nights, well, it'll light up all the car park with his beautiful domed head, cone head. But we don't want him near the club, do we? He's gone. Toscana, is Neil Miller an idiot or what? Seriously, why does he get interviewed? The rubbish he comes out with is astounding, like he's nothing, like there's nothing between his ears. Oh, what a goal! Oh, what a goal! You mean? They call him legend, and that McAteer as well. Oh, come on. I told you about him, didn't I? And a girl who I know. And she says, I went up to that fella over there because there was a red carpet outside St. George's Hall and it was a Liverpool FC function for something. And I was walking through and I seen this girl. And she said, who's that over there? And he was just standing outside, by the red carpet there. And I said, why? She said, well, he said that he played for Liverpool and he was a legend. And that was McAteer. Self-professed legend. And he's on LFC TV every fucking day. Oh, fuck. With the likes of, oh, what a goal. Oh, what a goal. Neil Miller. Another self-professed. The only thing he ever done was score against Arsenal. Great goal, though, when he hit it. The other thing was against Olympiacos, where he scored that goal. And the header he put down for Steven Gerrard. They're the only things I've ever seen him do for Liverpool. The rest of it was useless. And he just never made it. He wasn't at the level. I think there's if Iriola's coming, I think he'll bring with him a fitness guru. I think his name is Pablo Torre or something like that. I think he'll be bringing him. Well, he should anyway, because we need someone. We need a fitness fella. You certainly do. Oh, Carl, I'm sorry there, Carl. I'm glad you're better, Frank. Keep posting videos like this. You'll never walk alone. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Carl. Carl Jason Barrett. You know what? You're not relation to the Barretts, are you? You must be, must it? If you're one of the Barretts, I'm sorry about that. That was a stupid remark. But I know some of the Barretts, especially the ladies. Jane Barrett. Are you any relation to Jane? Lovely woman. If you're there, lovely. And a friend, by the way. She's a friend. And if you're there, tell her I was asking about her. Darryl fucking Miller and McAtee, we both feel sorry for him. Timmy twat. Is that what I won't listen to them anymore. Every time they... Oh, where's some fella? The Anfield. Fucking hell, Frankie. And my lovely chatters finally is right, Frankie. I spat out my Peroni. It's gone. Fantastic. Told you Anfield, didn't I? A few months ago. And even before I told you that he was going, I was saying what kind of a manager. And, let's be honest, you said, well, you got to give him a chance. Until you started really looking at his tactics and his system, and you went, fucking hell, you're right there, Frank. Just made up Anfield. Thank you for joining us as well. Toscana, Stevie Gerrard's birthday today. What a great present for him. Happy birthday, Stevie. Yeah, our greatest ever, him. But I've always said, haven't I, my top three, I'm not being funny when I say this, I go from Roger Hunt, Roger Hunt, World Cup winning player for England in '66. So I go right up. I've seen them all. Fernando Torres. Terry McDermott in midfield. Incredible player. Ray Kennedy. He was suffering from MS, even as a player. And some of the players used to have to tie his laces. Genuine. That's not a word of a lie. Before he came out on the pitch. Tie his boot laces. Ray Kennedy, one of our greats. I know he sadly passed on. But I go from them right up. Incredible players, incredible captains as well. Graham Souness, great captain. Bill Thompson. Oh, yeah, I felt sorry for him. Scouser who lifted the European Cup for us. First Scouser. And as I said, I go right down, right from everyone, right up. And my point is about Mo Salah. Mo Salah. Kenny Dalglish, look, I've always said, Kenny, I've had a words with Kenny, and And he knows me, by the way. And he was at the top of the mantle as one of the greatest players. But when I analysed everything, when I was asked, who's the greatest player ever, and I analysed Steven Gerrard. Now, Kenny, as I said, was top of the mantle. But when you look at Kenny and who he plays with, he played with another 9 outfield world-class players. You look at who Steven Gerrard played with. Just look. The likes of Kinchelski, Joe Cole, no marks. And he dragged us through. You've only got to look at the 2001 Cup final and that shot to equalise. Incredible. That shot against Olympiacos. The header in Istanbul to put us on the track. The winning track. One of the greatest captains of Liverpool Football Club, with no one around him until Xabi came and Mascherano. Big Sammy was there. Carragher was there as well. You can't ignore Jamie Carragher. All right, he says a few stupid things about Mo Salah, but you can't ignore what he did in that cup final in Istanbul. I know, because I was there. Last-ditch tackles, scoring opportunities for AC. Last-ditch, suffering from cramp. Put his heart and soul on the line that night for Liverpool Football Club. They all did, I'm not saying. But the likes of Jimmy Traore, God blimey, dreadful player. Yet he kicked one off the line. I think it was from Shevchenko. I'm not quite so sure now. But that was going in. That would have fucked us up. That would have been the end. We would have never have won it. But he kicked it off the line nevertheless. So you were all heroes that night. Dudek, Yerzy, saving 2 pens. The last one from Shevchenko. And that was a great side, by the way. AC. Miracle. So, what I mean is, I put Gerrard above Kenny. So where do I put the great Mo Salah? And I'm going to tell you, you mightn't agree. This man, what we won from the Champions League to the title Premiership, all under Klopp, by the way, to the World Cup, Club Cup, everything we won under Klopp. And then the final season, last season, when we won the league, it was all down to Mo Salah. And he's not a striker. He's a winger. Incredible player. So it might be a little bit controversial, but I'm putting Gerrard, Salah, Kenny, top 3 of Liverpool legends, Liverpool best players. You've only got to look at Mo Salah, what he did. You've only got to look at Steven Gerrard, but what he did. And when you look at Kenny and what he did, all right, he won the double as a player manager. And when he has done that, he could have won a back-to-back league and cup double. Only for that Michael Thomas scoring in the last few minutes and doing all twisties and headstands and everything else made up, running around. And we fucking sign him afterwards before. But that's me. That's just sour grapes. He just scored for us. Great goal as well in the finals, didn't he? When we won the cup. Big up Frank, says the T. And Reds. Frank's contact was spot on. Salute. Yeah, I told you. I kept saying, didn't I, T? Kept saying. Not one fucking pod said anything different. Not one. Not one. Because I like a couple of pods, by the way. I do. I like watching them. But not one. They were all going, and he's staying. And he's staying. But as I said, I wanted to get up Monday morning, as I said, and go, I told you so, didn't I? 1st of June. But I got my eye wiped. It was today. It was this morning. Better early than late then, isn't it? As they say. And Darryl, Frank Carlyle, a loyal and proper human being. Thank you, Darryl. Thank you. And T.W., like, share and subscribe, Reds. Thank you so much. Say thank you, mate. And Big Bud 71. I love this quote. So glad Slaughter's gone. Time to buy my shirt. Time to buy my... I made up your said that. I'll tell you for why, Big Bud. Because, you know, we said don't buy any shirt, don't buy anything until Slot's gone. And remember when I said, I'm not saying to you, Big Bud, because I don't know you, lad. I hope you like and subscribe for me. And if you do, thank you so much. And you've got to look at... I forgot my train of thought anyway. But anyway, time to buy your shirt. And absolutely, and I made up you said that because you're one of the lads who said, well, fuck that, I'm not buying until he's gone. Well done, you, Big Bud. And the Anfield to Toscana, ciao. I'm over the moon with the news. That's an old cliche, isn't it? Over the moon. And the Anfield, I mate, big up. Great news. So the TW, yes. From the Anfield Roar. My old mate, Neil Brother. Frank, you owe me £10 for texting your slot news this morning. Yes. Yeah, he texted. After I've seen phone me from Italy. Oh, loads of messages I've been getting, including him, Neil Broderick. He's gone. Steve Evans. I can't tell you what he says. I'll get banned. Afternoon, Frank and chat. This is the happiest day of my Liverpool life, says Dasman LFC. Dasman LFC. Yes, Dasman. Everyone's happy. Everyone is over the moon, as they say. Over the moon. It's put a new slant on it, hasn't it? You know, people, just imagine like people going out tonight and saying, oh, fucking hell, gotta go out, you know, with the lads. And then they get that news. They can't wait to go out and celebrate. I got a message off my mate. He phoned me up, actually. And he said, listen, Slot's been sacked, Steve Mulholland, and he always comes on here commenting. And he said, I can't get over it. I cannot get over it. He says, and you were right, Frank, weren't you, all along about him going at the end of the season? I said, yeah, because I was told. And Mark Simons last night, you remember him when his comment came up? And he said, I've been told that he's going tomorrow. And he was spot on from last night. Well said, Mark. And Zasman. Afternoon, Frank and chat. This is Toscana. The only people crying is the airline that took him out of Manchester for his jollies. That's a great point, that. Well, I wonder who packed his bag up in Manchester. It's where he lived. Manchester. Of all places, Manchester. Not against the great city of Manchester. But you don't live in a city that's our most fiercest rivals in football. Ever. Even if he lived around the road from me, that way. Which is Everton's ground, the Dockers Club. Even if he lived around there, he would have been forgiven by living by the Everton ground. But Manchester, come on. That's why he never embraced the fans. He didn't embrace you. He didn't embrace me. He had no time for us. He had no time for my city of Liverpool. My city. He had no time for. Yet every manager had lived here or on the periphery. Every single manager. He never even had the decency to bring his children over, his family. And what was his excuse? You remember all the excuses he was given about football, never taking any accountability for the horrible football that he was producing with our great players. And what were excuses that his family to someone? I said, why is your family? Oh, they're at school. I've been in education, retired now, for years, and I called him out on it. That was a terrible... It wasn't an excuse, it was a lie. His children could have easily have been educated here. Easily. And they speak English. But fuck him, he's gone now. But you're right there, Toscana, the airlines. Could you imagine them saying, these little ticket people at the air desk? Where's your luggage? Them people. Where's Baldy head? Where's that fella, big baldy head he had? Darryl, breaking news, Arne Slot takes over from Benny Hill as the first milkman in the West. Like that. Aye, Alicia. I'm getting pissed. Blimey. I'm getting pissed tonight, boys and girls. I'm made up because that football he plays was like counting a bag of rice. Counting a bag of rice. How many little kernels are in there? You've got to count them. In other words, very, very boring. Bells on, Lisa, you go out, baby, and get blottoed like the rest of us. I'm like, I can't, wish I could. And Jasmine LFC, afternoon, Frank, and chat. Finally, Frank, the happiest day has come. Yes. Kenny Crowder. All right, Kenny, lad. Onwards and upwards, bring back the heart of the Reds for life. LFC for life, yes. The person who is destroying the heart of Liverpool, not just the club, but the city. squeezing the life out of us, squeezing the life out of every fan, every red is gone. Our heart is pumping. It's pumping a new red. The Bears is back. The Bears is back. And Peter, Luis Enrique for me, but we'll take Areola. Yeah, it'd be fantastic for us. But I think he's going to sign a new contract with PSG. And he has sat on the cop, as you know, because Luis Garcia, as you know, oh, come on. Luis, you've never seen that big thing come up. Luis Garcia gave him a ticket to go, and he was sitting in the cop, and he loved it. I'll tell you who else loved. He couldn't believe it when Liverpool. He said, "I'm going to Liverpool," and he was showing his young wife. He's saying, "Look," and he was getting all clips up of Liverpool. And he's saying, "Look at the crowds. I'm going to be playing in front of them. Look at them." And he was showing the cop. He was showing all the grounds. He showed the Barca game. The Barca game. The 4-0 game. Greatest semi-final comeback in the history of the Champions League. Semi-final, that is. Not a final. Like in Istanbul, but against Barca. And he said, "Just look at it." And when they were all singing, you know, "You'll Never Walk Alone," to the cop after the end of the game, the emotions we felt that night was absolutely, I always get emotional anyway. I can never sing "You Never Walk Alone." I can never ever sing it because all is that. When we start singing it, all as I see in front of me is 97. Can't sing it, just fill up. But that night, and that's what he was shown, and that player was, and he never had a chance. He wasn't given a chance. And that was Federico Chiesa. Or in English, Fred Church. But yeah, I agree with you there, Peter. It'd be great for us. Big uproar, mate. And Carl Fitz. Massive relief that slot's gone. Looking forward to the summer now. Up their heads. Yes, actually. Carl Fitz. Exactly, mate. Oh, what a day, eh, boys and girls. Frankie, lads, you was bang on, says the Raw. That's why you're the king of predictions. I love the Frankie. Thank you. Thank you. You make me blush, yeah? I'm going to get me tooth done in celebration. Going to get it done. But I can't, I'll have to wait for our Francine to get back from it. Oh, my old mate, yeah. Thumbs up. Here's Jeff. Every week I used to read his little comments, you know, on Facebook. Every week. After every game, not every week, after every game. And all he kept saying was, "This is unacceptable." I think unacceptable is the only word, long word he could spell. This is unacceptable. Every time. Even when we won. This is unacceptable because the winnings were shocking. Good to see you, Jeff. Jeff goes away, you know. And he goes to these mad places, jungles. He goes to jungles. And honestly, you might think I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. He eats snake pie and everything. You see him outside the jungle. He sends a picture on, and he went, "Just going in here for some breakfast. Snakes on the menu." I know some people, and Jeff's one of them. Alex Torres. Hello, Alex Torres. The anchor that was stuck in the bottom of the sea has been lifted. Follow the winds into a brighter future. Must be an author, this fella. Must be, or a philosopher. Brilliant, though. Well done, Alex. Great, though. The anchor has been lifted. Follow the winds to a brighter future. Yes. Brilliant, though. Fantastic. Well done, lad. Toscana. Anfield Road, I know it's amazing news. Absolutely over the moon. The Anfield Road to the T. I stay quiet, open, but yes, Uncle Frankie was right. Told you all, didn't I? I'd love to know what your dad thinks, to be honest. I'd love to. What the Anfield Road says was horrible, you know. We said, horrible. He used to say to us, Daddy, Harris, my season ticket, you and my uncle go. And his dad said to him, I think it was the last game of the season, he says, you put me through torture, you. Because the Anfield Road said, I can't watch this anymore. And he was dead genuine. He said, I can't watch this anymore. This is not my Liverpool. So he gave it the tickets to his dad, and his dad said, you put me through torture, but next season, he won't be going through torture because he'll be going self the raw. Gary Richards, are you, Gary? Tally ho, Frank, dear boy. Sangria Duke Ball with Manchago in the cup. Iriola will bring the Prem back to Liverpool. I hope so. I hope so. Well, put it this way. You know, there's some players, commentators, fans saying, no, I don't want to. I'd rather have. And they're going for this Sebastian Oness. But the way I look at it, he's a far better manager than him. Don't forget Bournemouth. They lost a lot. They lost all their star players. And look what he did with this lot. I tell you, the DM, I've been wanting a DM for 4 years now. No, 3 years. Yeah, 4 years coming up this year. 4 years. Ever since Fab went. Never replaced him. A DM, I've been screaming out for one. I just hope there's a lad named Elliot Anderson. He's brilliant, him. I'd love us to get him as our number 6. That's the only one. Yeah, get him in. The rest will follow. Big DM. That kid. And it's the fellow with the unpronounceable name. He just come on, by the way, on the comments. And he says, "Hiya, Pep, please." Pep Guardiola. He couldn't come here. And I don't want Linda's back. He ruins his chance by signing up with City. Don't want him. Never liked him anyway. Or Enrique, no more unproven crap, says the man with no name. It's Clint Eastwood, you know. Hiya, Zidane. He wants everyone. She's only Frank the man. What she used to. And Kieran Fleming, LFC. Hiya, Kieran. Prayers are finally answered, Frank. Yes. I don't think people realise that there was a lad on, and I had to answer him. Not on here. He did come on here, you know, but I answered him privately. And I did answer him on here, didn't I? I'm fucking murder. When he said, I said, you do a lot of stuff for mental health, and you're not thinking about our fans who are going through a torrid time because of this man. That's mental health issues. And I thought you were a fucking expert on it. I wonder what he fucking thinks, because he was a slot in. Trying to tell me, get behind the manager. Fuck off. Get behind the manager. Who I despise. Despised even before he came to the club. Because he showed disrespect to his Feyenoord fans and club when he went out into the middle of the pitch, took up a mic and said, I'm leaving at the end of the season to take up the job at Liverpool. That's showing disrespect to every Feyenoord fan. And there must have been a few Feyenoord fans who fuck off now then. There must have been. So you're right there, Kieran, lads. Go and enjoy yourself. And Daryl says, I want McAllister, Samikas, Enzo, Gapco, Betetic, McDonald, and Ramsey. Gone. And Toscana says, I've been doing a happy dance all morning. I'd be more than happy with Areola or Enrique. I'd like the squad to stay as it is, with Gapco leaving. What about getting Harvey back and Mo and strengthen the squad? We've got to strengthen the squad anyway. We've got to. But until Areola is actually signed, we can't do anything. No, you never know. Could be someone else. Excuse me. Could be someone else, we don't know. But he's the favourite anyway, with the bookies. As I said, I'd take Artaraski up. He'd do a fucking better job than Slot. And the man with no name, Clint Eastwood, sack Michael Edwards too. Yes. The one person I want to see before Edwards is Hughes, the man with the quiff. Another man we employ him here in Liverpool. Here in Liverpool, employ him, and he still lives in Bournemouth. While the other Pratt lived in Manchester. Did you know I used past tense then? Past tense. Lived. Well, he can fucking live anywhere he likes. And that used hasn't embraced us. Fucked everything up in the summer. And Edwards, by bringing in these players who are supposed to thrust Liverpool in a direction of upwards. No one could catch us. Failed. Remember the analogy I gave about Slot going to a Michelin restaurant? You know, he's a chef. Like a chef going to a Michelin restaurant and saying, listen, I'm a good chef, you know. Well, all right, lad. Can I have a job? Well, I'll tell you what, we make the best cake in restaurant business. And everybody loves it. But we've got new ingredients, first-class ingredients. Now, where's the ingredients there? Now, go and bake the cake. And he comes back. And he said, I can't mix these ingredients. And the head chef says, well, you can't have the job. Close the door on your way out. Because you're not coming here. And that was Slot. And the new ingredients were the players that were supposed to make Liverpool great. So who do you blame besides Slot? I blame Slot entirely because of his system, his training methods, everything. His tactics, everything. But who do you blame for bringing them in? You've got to look at yous. Remember what I've always said as well. Everything that Jurgen Klopp won, everything, every major honour that you could win in any club football, he won on a shoestring budget. And I keep saying this. When we won the Champions League in 2019, he said, can I have, listen, I need to strengthen the squad. Nothing. No fucking money. No. When we won the league, can I strengthen it? No money. No money when we won the league. No money when we won the Champions League. And he didn't strengthen. And he had to rely on kids. Successfully, by the way. Successfully. Jurgen Klopp. And what did he do with this nutcase? I know it was only a net spend of 200 million, but nevertheless, it was like $500 million in grand total that was spent on players. And the chef couldn't mix the ingredients. And we were fucking dreadful. We were one of the worst champions to defend the champions, the league. One of the worst defending of the league through him. Are you Amby? Are you sweetheart? Iriola style of play is very similar to Klopp's. I think he's the right fit for the Liverpool Football Club. Well said. Well said, Amby, my little Ellen. Well said, sweetheart. Anyone, any news on here, please like and subscribe to the channel, please. If you like the content, that is. Just comment as well and read it out. And I don't charge, never have done, never will do, because you're all fellow Reds. You shouldn't be charged just to express either, your comments or your concerns or anything. And they will be read out. I don't charge super chats or anything like that. As long as you like and subscribe, that's all. And the LFC, hiya mate. Afternoon, Frank and all. The sun is shining, the weather is sweet. Honestly, I would be happy to see all get first shot at a season to prove their worth. Perfect opportunity for all the players now. Yes, that's a cracker, that. That's a cracker. Let's see how the manager, whoever he is, because, we're saying it, Areola, but we don't know yet. Areola, we don't know yet. It could be Onus. It could be anybody. And Xabi hasn't signed for Chelsea, Don't forget. Might have give the word that he could easily change the word, but he has to be approached. And the LF, don't be worrying, honest. Forgot the cap, sorry. Never be sorry to me. No, honest, it's okay. It's okay. I think I've got X-ray vision now, waking up this morning. X-ray vision through my cataracts. Well done, LFC, lads. Thank you. The little cop-out. Yes, Frank, lads. Buzzing this fraud has been sacked. Is right, little cop-out. You're happy there. I know you're happy. Like the rest of us. We're all happy. We're all on cloud nine, as they say. Cloud nine. And Lee Brady, me old, just woke up. The best news ever, Frank, after my night shift. Bloody brilliant. Proper system in place now. Salah and Robbo, you can stay if you want. I'd love Mo to stay, Just give us one more last season. I'd have Robbo in the background. Backroom staff. Robbo was one of the most passionate players. Very motivational. Very motivational. Be fantastic if he does stay. And the NBA and Lisa to the little Ambi. I think so, Ambi. Bonkers. Where have you been? Where have you been? Bonkers. Seen it for youngs. Ali Slot. La 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 gone. Yes. Yes. Has anybody ever thought? Do you ever remember when Jürgen was leaving? And he did, I said at the time, why did he fucking do that? And he slot, nah. Do you ever remember that? I said, no, I shouldn't have done that. No one fucking know. He didn't know. Jürgen didn't know. And he came out. I wonder what he thinks now. I wonder what I'd love to ask him. What do you think now, Jürgen? You nah. I've got nothing against. I love Jürgen Klopp, but that. Teenage, Zane. Do you think that Salah will have a change of heart now that Slaughter's no more? I hope so. I just said there, Dino. I'd love him. I'd love him to say, whoever the manager is, I'm still available, I'll re-sign. But he'd have to re-sign on a reduced wage. He doesn't need the money. He's a multi-millionaire. And then after, say he just stay next season. Just say, he'll just go to Saudi and make millions more. Won't he? So yeah, I'd love him to. He loves the club, he loves the city, he loves the people, he loves the fans. When I say the people, I'm talking about the citizens. Yeah. Gonna get me tooth done. I'll wait for that Francine to get home. I'd love that though, Dean, for him to stay. And the LFC to Toscana. Remele, you called that right. Oh, does anyone ever say it was against Man United? And he was co-commentating. And, you've got to say something, when we score, the co-commentator. And all of that, he kept saying, oh, what a goal! Oh, what a goal! When Luis Diaz scored. Oh, what a goal! I thought, oh, fuck off. Instead of saying what one of the lads said, get in! Get in there! Oh, what a goal! Making a fucking living. Well, they're not making a living, they're making a living out of LFC TV. Toscana says, I think Andaloni is a better fit for LFC style of play than Alonso. I heard the players were getting 3 days up there. We saying it all season. Been saying it all season, Toscana. And when they go training, they were training with medicine balls, throwing us over a bar. What was that all about? A goal bar, that is. And picking up tennis balls, running towards a tennis ball, picking it up and fucking throwing it. What's that? Did me head in there. And little Johnny, hiya Johnny, he's up to wear the news. Join the club. Join the club, Johnny. There's only Darryl who said, who he'd like to see go. But I think, most importantly, who would you like to see stay? And as I think it was Dean, give them all a chance now. The new players, that is. I agree there, though. I'm just saying that. The LFC. Hey, Frank, do you think Areola has a dentist in his back room too? Fingers crossed. Yeah, I could go up there with me tooth, couldn't I? Can you do anything with this, Mr. Dentist? Toscana. Ray Kennedy changed the position at Liverpool and his career took off. Loved watching him. Loved David Fairclough as well. Best defender for me was Alan Hansen. Great Alan. But David Fairclough was very eloquent, I remember being on at FC TV and I had to go from work because I was teaching, lecturing down in the city centre, and I couldn't get my card. I said, I'll leave that at home, because then I was on LFC TV and I was with David. Me and David, was talking, whatever we were talking about. And I was going, and as I was talking, coming out, I said, David, I said, I'll have to phone the cab, I'm sorry. He said, yeah, get in, give me a lift. We went down the stairs, Chapel Street, got in the car, and he dropped me off. David Fairclough. Lovely fella. David. Very tall as well, didn't realise how tall he was. But the jockey, Anson, yes, Tusk, Edward, Hopefully back to attacking and pressing football and get the best out of last summer's transfers. Remember when I said, Edwards, and everybody who knows me on here, when Luis Diaz went and Darwin Núñez, you know, people were saying, I made up there, Darwin's gone. I said, you're going to be sorry. Because Luis Diaz, even Luis Diaz, you know, they were saying, oh, well, you know, get rid of it before. Luis Diaz, and I said this time and time again on watch-alongs, watch him. Watch the defence put the ball out to Diaz. Watch him. And then he runs up that fucking wing and he's putting them right under pressure with Darwin Núñez making room and causing chaos. That's why they called him Captain Chaos in their defences, to give our defence much rest and to reorganise, you know, after they counter-attacked or whatever and put us under some pressure. That's what he did. And when he was leaving, I said, that's a big mistake. Getting rid of two Genga presses. They're our presses. And what happened? They went, gone, no pressing. No pressing. But you're right, Edward. Get the best out of last summer's transfers, yes. And Chris Winrow, Chris Winrow, we're back, baby. You'll never walk alone. Yes. Yes. Straight to the point. Lovely little Ambi Teresa. I hope so. But it must be better. It will be better, Ambi. And the conspiracy. Frankie, lad, great news. Yes. You're right there. You're spot on there. Conspiracy. And Barry says, you won't have sleep. Well, no way, Frank. Yeah. Yeah. Sweet Dreams Baby by the Big O. Yes. This always happens to me. Every time. Yeah, am I? Sorry about this. I have to go right down. It just goes on me because I like to read out all your comments because you take time to comment. So I've got to go right down to the last comment. Mad at it. Mad. So no one has actually said if they'd like to stay. Yeah, let's go on to the master. Good afternoon, Frank. Shame it's took till now. If it was done sooner, maybe Mo might still be here. Anyway, can't dwell. There's a golden sky waiting to be. Got a lot of philosophers on today, boys and girls. A lot. There's a golden sky waiting. It's like the wind sailing into the wind to a bright new future, as that other lad said. Brilliant. I'm sorry if we've missed any comments. I'm awfully sorry, but I think we have struggled to sign good players under Slot, says the lovely Toscana. Club was getting poisoned internally. But now, well, Look out, Arsenal. That's a good one. Nice one. Nice one. Whoever gets the job needs backing from FSG. We need a GM. Yes, said that. I want that Elliot Anderson, Christopher. A left back, wingers, and an experienced centre. Now Konate is leaving. The Red Scouts. I know where you're coming from, Frank. I adore Steven Gerrard. I'm slightly younger, and my top 5 are. Oh, they are. Don't be worrying about because you're the Reds anyway. 1, Kenny. So you put him at the top. See, as I said, Red, he plays with 9 other. Imagine him playing with the likes of Konchelsky and those lads. Joe Cole. Think about it. Jimmy Traore. And some other mad players who Stevie had to play with. Horrible players. Below average. Just awful players. How was he fitted in? Steven Gerrard drags everybody. But, you know, it's everybody's opinion. And Carl, hiya, Carl. Best weekend we've had all year, Frank. Yes. Harry says as well, I didn't see Roger. No. And is Enrique or Nagelsmann a chancer? Do you know what? They might be waiting till after tonight, you know. It depends. After Enrique. He'd be brilliant at Liverpool, Enrique. Nagelsmann, I'm not quite so sure about. Because he failed, didn't he, at Bayern? But that Enrique, to me, if you're going to pick an ideal manager, it's him. And as I said, he has sat on the cop after Luis Garcia gave him a ticket. Yeah, come and see us. He said, all right. Sat in the cop, loved it. Loved it. You know what I mean? The FP. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. The sky is the limit now, says Paul Smith. Yes. Yes. Yeah, there's a little mate, filmmaker, this fella. Makes films. Proper ones. Thrillers and horrors and everything else. He could have made an horror show out of the slot, couldn't he? Could have made a film. This fella here, Colin Ives. Colin F. Ives. And he could have easily have made the best horror ever. You know, all the Liverpool fans walking the match like zombies. And our players playing like zombies. And you see the young meds, you know, just standing there with big wide eyes, shouting to the crowd, cheer, cheer, cheer. Hiya, Colin. Delighted, Frank. Can only get better now. Yes. Yes, Colin. Good to see you, by the way. And the master, Enrique is a possibility. He's out of contract himself tonight. But Liverpool have to approach. And he could say, I'm not being funny, but he could really go like that. Okay, I've done everything now. Let's see what I can do for Liverpool. Let's see if I can take over the mantle of Jurgen Klopp. Because that's what Hughes wanted Slot to do. It's like picking up a 5-year-old baby, putting him on a track, and doing a 100-yard sprint with proper sprinters, adults, with a 5-year-old. So, yeah. That Slot. Out of his depth. Out of his fucking depth. So we might, he just might come and say, yeah, okay, let's have a go. And he likes Liverpool as well. And he's embraced the fans. Slot is the only fucking manager who's never embraced the fans. Who I know. And I go back. Even the Northern Irish fella embraced the fans. But he was a bit standoffish. Roy Hodgson embraced the fans, but he was Roy Hodgson. But at least he embraced the fans. And no manager ever went and lived in Manchester to be near a fucking airport. We've got one. And it's called the John Lennon International Airport. Wonder if he's ever heard of John Lennon. Mightn't have done. Mightn't know that we've got a fucking airport either. Because he never ever went around town, that prick. I wonder why he never went around. Because I think he would have got pulled by our fans. And Christopher says, I was going to text you this morning, Frank, but I thought you would have been tired of picking up. You're spot on. You're spot on. Got loads of messages. Good messages. They were saying, you were right. So it's made up. My daughter phoned me from Italy. It's made up with that. And my little granddaughter, she's made up that the sloop man went. And she's only 14 in a couple of weeks' time. 14-year-old granddaughter with a Sabozlai shirt on. I said, you're taking your other shirt because she's got Ekatike and Isak. She said, they're injured. Granddad can only have this. But anyway, she's got a couple of others. And so she's a great shirt as well. Green, the green kit. Sabozlai. Thanks for that, Christopher. And the Red Scouser John. Oh, Frank. Fuck off, mate. Salah is nowhere near Kenny's skill. Set nowhere near it. Neither is Stevens yet. Oh, okay. Who I love, my top 5. Kenny, Rushy, Stevie, Souness, Kev K. You have to look at their medals. Yeah, of course I have to look at the medals. Of course. Because, you're talking now, Paisley. You would have won a medal under them. You would have looked great. 9 other... don't tell me to fuck off. I never told you to fuck off. But that's my top 3. Steven Gerrard. Have you ever seen Steven Gerrard play? With a gang of nomarks and what he did for Liverpool Football Club. Hey, did you? Kevin Keegan was great, and I said, who are we going to replace him with? I was there. I was at Wembley when we got beat by Man United 2-1. Straight on to Rome. I was there for us to see us win our first European Cup. Was you there? Was you there the following year at Wembley to retain the first British club to retain the European Cup? I was. Was you in Paris? Parc des Princes? 81? I was. When we beat Real 1-0. Alan Kennedy, bang, Barney Rubble, get in. I was. So I have a right to pick my thing and not to be told to fuck off. Well, that's well out of order, what you said to me. But you have your opinion there. Ian Rush, brilliant. Great. But he was playing with 9 other outfield players, all world class. Every one of them. And he was a striker. Kenny Dalglish, a striker, albeit he wore a number 7 on his back. He was a striker. Mo Salah is a winger. Think about that. Think. A winger. Mo Salah won us more or less everything this season. Not this season. In the seasons he was with us. Mo Salah. Breaking records every season. Every season Mo Salah broke records. Rushy didn't. Dalglish didn't. Did he? It's not fucking silly. So it's 1 Kenny, Rushy, 2, 3 Stevie, 4 Souness, and 5 Kevin K. You have to look at their medals. Don't need to, fella. I know. I fucking know. And if Klopp would have been given the funding that Slot had, Mo would have had a handful of medals. But you didn't put in the fella who's got most medals there, mate. And who was that? Hang on. Oh, yeah, that was Phil Neal. Why isn't he there? If you're talking about medals, or did you forget that? No use fucking arguing. But I wouldn't say, like, disagree with you on any of those names. But when you mention medals, like my medal. Where's my medal gone? Where's my fucking medal gone? I can't put my hands on it, unfortunately. But my medal, I could show you that. But I don't boast about it. And Mo Salah would have had a lot more medals if Jurgen Klopp was given the funding that he richly deserved to win more medals, more trophies for our lads. I suppose he's gone now. Paul Smith, hiya Paul. Nightmare is finally over. Yes. But Frank, I honestly thought we were on the same page, but not with the you've come out with today. Salah is our second greatest player of all yet. He isn't in the top 5, Frank. But for fuck's sake, mate. Again, it's everyone's opinion. It's everyone's opinion. I disagree with you. Souness in the top 5. Souness was a great captain, as I said. Lifted the European Cup for us. Great. Was he as good as Alan Hansen? No, he wanted to try his hand in Italy, didn't he? I'm going now. He went to Sampdoria. Well, okay, ta-ra, mate. Kevin De Keeg, as I said, who are we going to replace him with? But he wanted to get off. He didn't find the grass any greener, did he? Neither did Sue. Souness never found the grass. Go on, ta-ra. And you've got them in there. Fine. No problem. No problem whatsoever. But that's you. But I wouldn't swear at you. I wouldn't tell you to fuck off, like you told me. Because you disagreed with me. Where was you? You never even put him in your top 5, Mo Salah. So therefore, you must have been a Mo Salah out. You must have been one of these fellas who was saying when he came out last November and called him out, said what he said, and fans turned against him. And the week before, well, not the week, it was during the week, we were going to play Brentford, and he called everyone out again. The greatest assist he ever did was to get Slot out. Brilliant assist. Better than all the assists he made to get the Slot man out. And I only picked 3, by the way. And Kenny was in my top 3. Kenny, who plays alongside 9 other. I know Kenny, by the way. Red Scout. I know him. As I said, he had the top mantle. Ben Stephen, what he did for Liverpool was unbelievable. More so than Kenny Dalglish. More so than Kenny Dalglish. That's why he took over the mantle of Kenny Dalglish. And this man, Mo Salah, did. That's why they sang a song about him. Mo Salah running down the wing. And you didn't even have him in your top 5. Nah, not having that. And the master says to the Red Scouts, all those players have more medals than Stevie G. But the way Stevie kept us in the top 6 while we were totally garbage, single-handed a lot of the time. Yes. Thank you, Master. We're all on the same fucking page with that Slot. And Polo, Polo. Yes, Frank, you sound better. Slot gone. I can feel your spirit lifted. Thank you. Thank you, Polo. It's always one, though, isn't it? It's always fucking one. Excuse me. Sean Blackmore. Hiya, Sean. Hi, Frank. He is gone. Finally, I can eat, sleep, and not feel like I'm going crazy. Thinking how, why are they keeping this guy? Thinking why they're keeping this guy. Now we must really look at the options. I just want a manager. You're the only one who said that instead of a coach, and he must come in as a manager. He must choose the players he wants. He must manage the team, manage the club, not these fly-by-nights like Michael Edwards. Do you know what? I always remember when Michael Edwards was coming back, and I always remember reading not on here, on the comments and saying the Messi of director of football is back. That was Edwards, the Messi, and he brought saying, look who he brought, Virgil and Alisson. I said, no, he didn't. He was told to buy them by Jurgen Klopp. I need a keeper, a good keeper. Look at him, Alisson. Do you know what the reply was? But we scored 5 against them. No, great keeper for Liverpool Football Club. And Virgil van Dijk. And we were after Fekir, if you remember, from Lyon. And we got Virgil in the winter, in the January, and he said, I want Fekir. And Fekir thought he was coming to Liverpool. He had a shirt on and everything. Couldn't wait. Great midfielder. Brilliant midfielder. Attacking midfielder. And FSG turned around to Edwards and said, tell him that the money is for Alisson if he wants Alisson in the summer. He said, why can't I buy him now? Nope, that was the end of that. So Klopp, under a restriction of funds, won everything. I watched the Chiesa's interview, says Toscana, on Italian television. That lad and his wife were so happy about going to Liverpool. He took a lot of stick from fans in Italy, saying he should have stayed there. I hope he stays. I don't think he will, I'd love him to stay and give him a chance. I really do. I really do, Federico. And Sean says, that embraces the city. That embraces the city, the people. You said a couple of weeks ago, you have been told he is going. Yes, thank you. Thanks for all the hope you have been sharing to us. Thank you. I did say it. I did say it. I did say it. And red goals. Thank God for that. I won't be nodding off watching my team anymore. Slopball could put sleeping pill manufacturers out of business. And the LFC. Icing on the cake would be for City to give Anne a 4-year deal. What if he went to Everton? He sacked Moisey. That's what I couldn't make out about Everton, in all honesty. Why bring back a manager who's never won you nothing? I couldn't understand that. I've got nothing against Moisey, to be honest. He's a nice man. Nice man, but... Lorraine. Hiya, Lorraine. Hiya, Frank. I'm so glad he was sacked because it's made our Frank so happy. Do you think Gerrard is ready now as an interim manager? Well, the season's over now, but I'd like to see him somewhere in the back room. I really would, even as an assistant. Just to show, that whoever comes in. I'd love to see Thiago back here. The back room. What I mean? But yeah, I'd like to see Stevie as an assistant to show him, not to show him the ropes, but to show him what Liverpool is all about. The club itself, because he doesn't know Areola and what our fans are like. And the first thing he'll say to him, embrace the fans. If you don't embrace the fans, you're walking on eggshells for the rest of your or the rest of the season, or whatever fucking season he's going to be. Barry Areola, 49 on. Well, I've got 400 quid there. I think I'll put it on. Stephen, hiya Stephen. Stephen Coughlin. Good evening, Frank and fellow Red Chatters. So today, breaking news is fantastic for the club. Now Arne Slot has finally gone the bald fraud. So Richard Hughes should be also sacked too. The clown. Yes. Agree with you. We want a director of football who will stay in Liverpool. Not a director of football who won't fucking move from Bournemouth. We want a manager who live in Liverpool or on the outskirts of Liverpool, where every other manager has lived, with his family, not in Manchester. No disrespect to the people of Manchester, to our great rival city in the northwest, two great cities. No disrespect, but you don't go and fucking live in there. Our greatest rivals in football, and they are our greatest rivals, not Everton. It's all right, the derby games, but, But I agree with you, Stephen. Should be sacked. And Edwards should go as well, fuck him. That Tivy. Red Golds. Do you think if we get Areola, it will be another Hughes signing because of his Bournemouth connection? Hope that isn't another red flag. I don't think so, because he had nothing at all to do with Bournemouth. He's at Liverpool, this fucking Hughes fella. And Areola, he's seen Liverpool. He knows what we're like. He's been here as a manager himself. And he's so many levels above Slot. And he's a fitness freak as well. For his players, that is. And he's got a fitness guru called, he always has him. And you're seeing how fit that Bournemouth is. And don't forget, they lost a lot of star players. And the way he had them playing, running all over the place. But we've got better players. So you can imagine what he'd do with the better players at a fitness peak, at their fitness peak. Because this Pablo Torre, I think his name is, he's always been with him right through his career as a manager. And he'll come up for the training, fitness training, that is. So that'll be a good thing. Stephen Coughlin. We'll be happy if Areola would Would be our next manager. He would be perfect choice to replace the bald fraud. I think anyone would. Paulie. Thought I'd pop on to say how glad we all are today with today's news. Love the glasses, Frank. Thank you. Thank you, Paulie. Good to see you anyway. I haven't seen you for a while, Paulie. Thank you. You won't believe it, the blue rimmed. When you go out in the sun, he's up blue. And hashish, Fawzi. Something that, isn't it? Onslaught, thanks for the hashtag 20. So long. Yes. The Vader. Hey, Frankie, and all the true Reds absolutely made up. I'm getting pissed tonight. Yes. I wish I could join you. Honest to God. I wish I could. As I said, my mate phoned me up and he said, I'm on my way to the Vines. And I went, oh. And he says, then I'm going to Ali. I'll show you where he's going tonight. Well, he could be there now. He's going to see the Incurables and my mate. The Incurables are an American band at the Cavern Pub. And they're there later on this afternoon. And they're at the Cavern Club tomorrow, same time. The Incurables and Dennis Papara, who comes on here, Big Red, such big American Red. I'm getting pissed tonight, the Vader. Why not? I could see Robbo and Milner in the backroom staff when they stopped playing. Says Barry, I'd have him now. I'd have Milner now. Milner's, come on. Milner's what, 58? And Robbo's about 41, isn't he? Why can't he just, backroom stuff? I'd have them. No messing with Milner. No messing with him whatsoever. No shaking, no nothing. Especially with, if Areola does come in with this new fitness guru. You'd have Milner out with them. But a good shout, Barry. Good shout, that, mate. Oh, my old mate, Paul. Sorry I'm late, Frank. Like you've been laid up with kidney stones. That baldy bastard gave me them. Hopefully no more now. He's gone. Yes. I thought you'd be in your favourite location, Paul. Tenerife. And Jamie Cartwright, hiya Jamie. Happy Saturday, Frank, mate. Up he's gone, mate. Another fella, a fellow Scouser. I followed you on YouTube last week. He was defo gone. But until it's confirmed, you just never know, do you? No. I kept saying it. I've been saying it for a couple of months. He's going. And one of the lads on here kept phoning me for weeks. I'm saying, take no notice of what the other pods are saying. But he's staying, Frank. They're all saying it. He's staying. I said, no, he's not. He's going. And he phoned me this morning and said, Frank, you were right all along. I said, I know. Said it last night on my pod. I thought he was going on the 1st of June, but he wasn't. He went today, thank God. And Paul, my old mate, hope you're well, by the way. You'll never walk alone. Thank you, Paul. I am. I'm cool, honestly. Toscana. Would the internal politics of the club stop Mo from resigning? That's my fear. I don't know. I think you better ask that other lad who gave me stick over Mo Salah. I don't think he wants him anywhere near the club. But that's him anyway. And Shaw's shape, Star. I'll just call him Shaw. Important message intended to be conveyed to Arne Slot, former Liverpool manager. Wherever you are, hope this message reaches you. Thank you for the service. Excuse me, couldn't read that. Thank you for the service. I know the firing is harsh. To be honest, sure, it's not harsh. It was coming. He knew all along. How many fucking messages has he got? Here's the PPP. Great to see FSG made the right decision, Frank. Finally, Enrique the dream, but I think Areola would be a good fit. We just have to see. He's 9-4 on it. One of the lads have just said, that he's here. He's coming. Areola. We need new players, Frank, says the Vader. Yes. Still Mac and Grav can go, and Areola plays a DM, which we're crying out for. And we must get a right back. Well, I said that Elliot Anderson. I'd love him in our team. He's brilliant, that kid. He really is. He'd be a perfect fit as a number 6. I'm telling you now. I think we've got a little troll here. So scared. My son's wearing his Liverpool shorts today with pride. Yes. There's right, Toscana. There's right, sweetheart. Stephen Cochran. He will have plenty of time to party now in Ibiza. Now he's been sacked, so he can do his DJ sets again like he did last season. Yes. You're right, Stephen. A fella went, didn't he? He swore. Thought we were on the same page. We're all on the same page to get rid of that fucking arsehole, mate. I know he's gone like now. Don't give a fuck, to be honest. Joan Keane. Hiya, Joan. Fabulous post as usual, Frank. We await confirmation of who the new manager will be. Yes, Joan. Yes, sweetheart. Yes, Joan. Nice little poster. And conspiracy. 21 back on You Never Walk Alone. $21. That's good. Yusuf. I celebrated the news like we won the Prem. So does everybody else. We won the Prem and everything else. The lottery. Oh, I just wish, honest to God, I just wish Just imagine, people, if it's a dream and we all wake up later on. Imagine that. But you won't. It's real. It's real enough. And Stephen, Chiesa will be happy man now. Slot has gone, probably be given a proper chance to shine. That's unless he's not sold. You never know. Still to buy, FSG, Toscana. So that's sure. Oh, shocking. That piss pop made our lives a misery. Made up to see the back of him. I was ready to skip the coming season. I'd had enough. The old into me tosh. And you said James Pearce or Ornstein should on their resignations as GM. What have I was saying, Youssef? What I've been saying for weeks. Take no notice of them. I kept saying it. As I said, I'm the only podcaster who's given it out to you that he's going at the end of the season. And people, reading all these, going with the podcasters and reading about the fucking stupid, got a fucking head on me. The stupid journals. Stupid. Even podcasters who, getting little freebies now and again wouldn't say a fucking word about Slot. Wouldn't say a word. Why? Well, the score. Why they wouldn't say nothing. See, they won't resign, but all you've got to do, Youssef, is just take no notice of them. Can Salah do you a turn one more year? I just said that before, Youssef, yeah. I'd keep him. I'd have him, to sign another year's deal. And he, honest to God, I'm telling you now, he's a fit man. Say it's Areola who's taken over, hypothetically. Right? And he said to Mo, listen, do you want to resign? And he'd say, yeah, for a year. I'd tell you what, he'd go out to prove what he'd been doing all his Liverpool playing career, with the exception of last season, because he was played, well, you know what happens with the system. And I think he'd prove it. And the fans who have been saying are fucking shut. Don't forget, even last season, he broke records. Broke records. So, yeah. And little Johnny, out of the darkness cometh the light. Biblical, that, isn't it? Little Johnny. Little Johnny. Paul Pig. Praise be the Lord, has had mercy on our soul. This from an atheist. Hallelujah, brother. Hallelujah. When the saints go marching in. Youssef, I feel alive. Looks like Arnie Slaughter's bought and set up a new YouTube profile. Most probably. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky. Couldn't be any better, could it? About our anthem, that Toscana. Some Liverpool fans feel sorry for him, says Yusha. Lol. You can't make it up, can you? But 99.9% are fucking delighted he's gone. Yusuf, don't that made our lives a misery? Well, mine anyway, says Toscana. Toscana gave us all depression, and some fans feel sorry for him. I don't. Enrique. If Enrique wins back-to-back Champions Leagues, do you see him walking? He could. He could. Paul Bay. Cathy sends her love. Oh, thanks there, Paul. Return the regards. Return the regards to her immediately. Thank you. Thank you, Cathy. Keep your man in their place. And tell him to stop dragging you over to Tenerife every fucking week. She won't. Ali, our Romanian friend. Hello, boys. Good news. Yes. Yes. It is Ali. Andoni Areola set to become the next Liverpool manager, says Jamie Cartwright. And Colin, the filmmaker, film of Slot would be the worst video nasty ever made. Mary Whitehouse would have had nightmares. Michael Berryman from The Hills Have Eyes could play him, though. He was brilliant. He wasn't he a frightening Colin? Fucking hell. That Michael Berryman, wasn't he a frightening man? Weird him. Fuck me. But he would have been a great double for the other fella, wouldn't he? Jürgen. I mean, Slotty. I doubted you, Frank, says Yusuf, about the Slotman leaving. The journos got to me. Props to you. Thank you, Yusuf. But as I said, you know, I do have a source. Don't go on about what he tells me. You know, I don't take with a pinch of salt because he's not that type of person. What he says to me. And he's brilliant. Lovely man. But Yusuf, it's the way it is, you know. It's the way it is, you know. Of course, people doubted, you know. But they weren't like, not like you never did, you know, you weren't like, fuck off and all this. These were nice, albeit you doubted. Agreed, Frank. Stevie J carried us for years, says Jamie Cartwright. That fella, fucking hell. I knew he went. I knew he'd go. I knew he'd go. See how people, you know, different opinion. And you try to explain that Steven Gerrard plays with crabs. And look what he did. He won us the Champions League. He won us the FA Cup, got us to another final, Champions League. Nearly won us the league, only all with crab players until the likes of Xabi came and Mascherano. Dizzy was a great player, don't get me wrong. You know, then we ended up with some good players after the Champions League, albeit that Luis Garcia and Xabi were already there. But for fuck me, Harry Kewell, Jimmy Traore. Did you see the bench as well? Have a look at the fucking bench in Istanbul. And he plays a lot. Fucking Igor Biscan. Fuck me. You think he was asleep? The way he looked. And Frank, Stephen, Frank, it's not the Liverpool way, but Slot was so stubborn in his team selection. He'll never walk alone, Frank. Thank you, Stephen. It's not that he was Stephen Owls, that is. Thank you, Stephen. It's not that he was stubborn. He was just clueless, mate. He was ruining the side. He was ruining the mentality, not only of the fucking team, but also the fans. That's what he was doing. And Stephen Coughlin. Mohamed Salah was the king. So have a bit of respect to the Egyptian king for what he's done for the club over the past 9 years. For his goals and assists. Records, all records. And when you look at Rushy and his goals, you know, brilliant, great. Fucking great. No one's taking anything away from Ian Rush. That's all. But when you look at the statistics, Mo Salah scored more fucking goals than him. If he would have been. If he would have played the games that Mo Salah had played, he'd have been ahead of him. And he's a winger. Not a striker like Rushy. I love Rushy. Don't get me wrong. Every Liverpool player. Fucking loved him. Kenny Dalglish. I know Kenny. Spoke to him. Gave him a little story. And he was made up. And we were at a function. He kept fucking saying, Frank, tell them about that Scouser. And it was a true story. You know, I've got a picture of him in my living room, me and him. And that according to that fella who told me to fuck off. I thought we were on the same page. Yeah, fuck it. I'm a red, like yourself, lad. Never tell me to fuck off. So thank you for that, Stephen Coughlin. And Toscana says, I always felt sorry for Stevie. Some of the dross he had to play alongside was embarrassing. As for Mo, I cried when he left last week. How could the club let him go? A true legend. Yes. As I said, I put him there. I put him there in the top 3. But according to that fella on his top 5, he never even fucking had him in his top 5. He had 2 players in that top 5. One couldn't wait to get away. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Kevin Keegan, but he wanted away. And he went. And he never heard him fucking much after he left, did he? Became a manager and we destroyed him as a manager when he was Newcastle manager. Twice. And Stephen, Mo Salah running down the wing. Salah, the Egyptian king. My granddaughter who's in Italy now, when she was a little girl, and she said, tell your granddad, her mother, Francine, tell your granddad who your favourite player is. She said, Mo Salah. She said, sing the song. She's only a little girl, love it. And she sang, Mo Salah running down the wing. Salah, the Egyptian king. Mo Salah. I like keeping in mind, and she says, oh, wait, granddad. I was only little then. Let's see. There's the vlogs. MI6. Sitting in the back garden, in the sun, with a big smile on my face. Feels good to breathe again, says the lad. Is there a Scouse, John? No, I wasn't at the 77 final, Frank, but I was at Wembley in 78, and Paris, so was I, and Rome in it, so was I. Brussels in 85, so was I. Was you at Hillsborough? I didn't mean to come across so angrily, as that is just, I've always respected your thought. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll tell you something else, Red Scouser. You know, you said about, I was awarded a gong. I don't know whether, do you know what, I'm sure it was an MBE or an OBA, I'm not quite so sure now. And I refused it. Because I've been fighting ever since the 15th of April, 1989, the establishment for justice. And there's still no justice. So why should I accept a gong of the establishment who covered up and told lies and still tell lies today? Why should I accept a gong? And, you know, again, it might be a bit of controversial here. I know Kenny Dalglish. I know him. And he knows me. And I lost respect for him when he accepted the gong the knighthood. He's sitting at the same table as the establishment that we're fighting against and still fighting against. But I still got lots of respect for his player career and Liverpool and what he done for the and what he done, you know, the aftermath. Still got great respect for that, but not respect for his accepting. But mind you, I look at Marina and what she went through health-wise, like myself. So I'm all right with that. Lovely lady. Marina, and Kelly, the daughter. Can't get any better than them. The Dalglish family. But thanks for that, Red Scouser. Appreciate that. The Master. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is the best channel and the best community on YouTube. Well done, everybody. Isn't that lovely? Thank you. Thank you, Master. The Wood Master. Thank you. The Woodmaster, spot on, says Toscana. The Red Scouser, Have I ever seen? Yeah, well, there's no Frank. That's great. That being on planet Mars. What was it like? Was there any stones moving up there? The red planet. What was the oxygen levels like? Because there is air. I hope you know about that. Salah being our best player over the past 9 years, that's why he was the king. So write him off as criminal. Now he's gone. You'll never walk alone, says Stephen Clark. Thanks, Toscana, says the master. Well, for me, our best forwards, top five since I know Liverpool for 25 years, are like this. Suarez, Salah, Torres, Mane, Bobby. But I think if Mane had more time to show, he was way better. Mane was brilliant. I said to my daughter Francine one time, I said, look at those three. You'll never ever see another three like them. And I'll tell you what, like that Red Scout or whatever he is, he gave a top five. I gave a top three. I would have put Suarez in the top five. And, he's trying to be fucking funny there by saying, no, I was on Mars. I never seen Stevie play. Why did you just say, I seen him play? So, no harm in that. But anyway, I'd be fucking arsed, to be honest. Mr. B, thank fuck I've just put our shovels and spades away. Says Mr. B. Hello, Frank and chat. And Ollie, but for me, Suarez was the greatest attacker I have ever seen at Anfield. Yes. Incredible player. Barry Iriola is 1 to 10 now. Says, yeah, Daryl. Thank you, Daryl, for that. Keeping up date. And the Red Scouser, if we kept Suarez and had Suarez under Klopp, he would have scored more goals than Salah ever did. He was a far better player, and yes, I'm still here. Thank you. Well, he would have been in my top five if I would have picked a top five. As I said to that, I only picked three. I only picked three. I know that you've never seen Roger Hunt, but Roger Hunt was he was an incredible player for Liverpool Football Club and England. And I always remember Alf Ramsey, all the southern, all them southern people, when he dropped Jimmy Greaves and put Roger Hunt in. Roger Hunt was getting loads of stick down there at Wembley. They were supposed to play up here at Goodison in '66. They never moved outside Wembley. So in my opinion, they fucking cheated the World Cup. Never moved outside Wembley. They never went around the grounds. Should have came to Goodison. But at least I seen at Goodison Park, me and my mates, both Reds by the way, went to Goodison. I knew we seen play was the greatest goalkeeper ever. The cat, they called him. And that was Lev Yashin of Russia. Incredible. I seen Garincha and Pele play. And I always forget this bloody Hungarian's name. And I've seen them play. Incredible. Seen them play. I've seen one of the greatest of all Italian players, the golden boy of Italy, Sandro Mazzola. Seen them play. And, you know, like at Goodison, when you see the likes of these unbelievable players, you know, you look at all. But as you said about Suarez scoring more goals, it was the Northern Irish fella, and don't even argue on this, it was the Northern Irish fella who got shut of him. And he pleaded, and believe this, he pleaded with I won't mention the Northern Irish fella's name if you know what I've said about him. Won't mention his name. And he pleaded with the Northern Irish fella for one more season to play in the Champions League for Liverpool Football Club. And he said, no, you're going. And who did we get in place? Because he had him earmarked. Who did we get? Fucking Ricky Lambert. Think about that. Second favourite is Pep Linders. Jesus, just don't even joke about him. Please, Darryl, don't even joke about him. It will be good riddance to Broncos too after the sacking of Slot, the bald fraud, says Stephen Cochran. Yeah, remember when someone on me watch along said he fucking needs gone. Of course, it went on the camera at a game. Forget what game. He said he should fucking walk away and keep his laptop, tablet. He said. Failed manager, a failed manager, and he wanted to bring that. What was his name? Ryan is a some fucking name from Feyenoord again, and he's only held his badge for a few months. What's that all about? What would he have done? Not having it. Mr. B, he works well with a tight ship. Can only imagine how well he will be if backed. If you're talking about Areola, he's got to be backed. And Clive Ingerman. Hiya, Clive. Hope you're better, Frank. Big up, everyone. Yeah, I'm a lot better. It was the best medicine I could take today. Thank you. Suarez was a great player, says the master. But he wanted out. He wasn't a real red. He saw money and ran. No doubt he was a great player, just not a great red. Thing is, as I've just mentioned that before, Master, honest to God, listen to me. And it's absolute fact with loads of exclamation marks. He begged the Northern Irish fella to stay another season to play in the Champions League for Liverpool football. He loved Liverpool. Loved it. And the Northern Irish fella said no. Believe that, Master. Please believe that, mate. Frank, I apologise for swearing. So, Sarah only had bang average players behind him. Seriously, who's Sarah? Oh, do you mean Stevie? I'm not going to go through the names, John, honestly. I'm not going to go through the names, mate. You should know we fucking played alongside them. Jay Spearing, come on. Is he Jay? Come on. I'm not going to go through the names. And Ali says if Suarez was at Anfield for 5 more years, he probably was the best ever. One of the most complete forwards ever. He has everything on top. After he left, he delivered in 283 games, 311 and goal assists. Stephen. Luis Suarez was a genius, and glad he embraced the Anfield pitch with the bags of quality goals and tricks. He was fabulous. You'll never walk alone. Let's go, champ. And the Red John. Our defence was arguably as good as Kenny's, Beck's, Trent, Robbo, Virgil, Gomez, Canate. Yeah. Yeah. Agree there. Agree. But yeah, I agree. I'm just going to leave it at that. Just going to leave it at that. But you're right. That's why they won us so much on a shoestring budget, John. You know what I mean? Shoestring budget, Klopp had. Get well soon, Paul, lad, says Mr. B. Stevie, yes. Stevie. Frank, FSG chop slots heads off. Mike Gordon did the job for Henry and Werner. What did I say a couple of weeks ago? Who's coming over? Remember? Who did I say, Stevie? He was coming over. No one took a blind bit of notice. When I said Mike Gordon's coming over to sort everything out. But my information that I got, that he was coming over on the 1st of June. And that's why I said he's going to go on the 1st of June. Just wait until the 1st of June. But unfortunately, he came over now. I don't know what's happening on there. And he's gone back to States anyway. So he came over. Told Sots to fuck off. Must have phoned him in a beta. Said, you've gone, mate. Said, in an American accent. Don't you just love it? Next week, Tenerife. You jammy so and so. Stephen Coughlin. Linders has been fucked off from Man City along with Colo Torre. He was a traitor to us. Now he's a rat. Yeah. Yeah. Pep Linders, look, I was Klopp all the time. I had a picture And it was a cracking picture. And you see Klopp walking out of the dressing room. And you see him, and Klopp was fuming, you know, you could see it in his face. Like that he was. And behind, when the door opened, behind the door, you know, in the corridor, Klopp didn't even look at him, he just walked out, was Linders. And Linders was giving him fucking daggers. I had that picture and I got rid of it. It's a shame. Should have fucking kept it. I don't want Linders near us. Do you ever remember well, we were playing fucking terrible, and he said, Klopp said, hey, I'll take over, you know, play your system, and he was fucking hopeless. Like Man City, fucking hopeless. And that's Pep Linders, I hope he... I'd rather have Steven Gerrard. You're going to bring anyone in from Liverpool, Steven Gerrard. Stevie, Frank, all these journalists that said Slot was staying are frauds and trying to gaslight the intelligent LFC fans. Always have done. Always have done. I said, didn't I, Stevie, on here for a couple of months, well, the last month especially, you know, with all the hype about Slot, take no notice of him. Do not take any, he's going. And last night, said it. And a mate of mine said, Frank, he's going. I said, I know. Stephen. Telling Frank to fuck off was a criminal offence when Salah, legend. Harry apologised anyway, which is good. Frank Slough fails LFC on the pitch and gets 8 million plus payoff. Well, if they would have sacked him, say in January, he would have got 16. Did you know that? And they kept him. They kept him. And Stevie, Areola's style of footy suits this squad. But downside is Areola has no experience in winning a trophy. As long as he can, look, everyone else is going to, look, Slot's gone now. Slot, he's fucking gone. Keep him out of the equation. He's fucking gone. Say we do hypothetically get Areola, right? He's it. There he is. We've got to give him the power of the reins. We have to. Rather than use holding the power and Edwards, because they're fucking off next year. They might even go now. And you've got to give him the power for next season and see what he does. And what I don't want to hear is transition. That fucking word to me, that terminology to me, transition. You see a red shirt, you've got the ball, you pass to that red shirt. You see a red shirt running, and if you're a good passer of the ball, you lob it over to him. Red shirt. Not to the opposite red shirt. But I'm glad he's, you know, someone's going to be signed up now before the World Cup. I really am. I'm fucking made up with that. And Stephen, block the trolls, please, Frank. You'll never walk alone. You like the BS. The BS brought boys back to keep them. Oh, simple as that, yeah. And he did. But mind you, it's like us bringing slot back. But Evertonians love Moyes for some reason, albeit that he's one of them absolutely zilch. I'm not interested in Moyes, to be honest. You know, he seems a nice fella. Golan seems a nice man. And, you know, to leave his club to go to Manchester United. See, they're a different breed. Different breed is Evertonians to us. Totally different. It's like Michael Owen going from Newcastle to Man United. And it was only because of Ferguson, and he did it deliberate. And he ruined the legacy of Liverpool Football Club for Michael Owen. Ruined it. And he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing, that man. Salah was right. He helped Slot get sacked. Stevie, it was the greatest assist ever. It was the greatest assist ever that Mo Salah could give Liverpool Football Club. And he did great assists. And that was the best assist ever. A few days before the Brentford game. And you had fans calling him out. Shocking. And Stevie says, Frank, Mike Gordon has spoken to Klopp, Hans Flick, Luis Enrique, and Simone Inzaghi. Go away. Are you kidding me, Stevie? Simone Inzaghi. I wanted him in the first place. But I knew that he left Saudi. I knew Inzaghi left Saudi. He's fucking brilliant. Oh. But look at them. Klopp, Hans Flick, Luis Enrique, and Inzaghi. You can't get any better than them. I'm telling you now, Iriola or not. So hold your breath, boys. I haven't heard from him yet, but mind you, he said, we don't know who it is. We don't know who the next manager is. That's what he said. I've just booked down slots to my 40th birthday. I needed a DJ. And he says, you know, when the DJs come and they do all these wonderful things, you know, with all the lights and that, but he doesn't need it because he's, you know, his bald head, it shines. He's only got to have one light above him. Shine goes everywhere. Stevie, only the LFC sheep and clown fans believed the fraud journalists, Pierce, Ornstein, Lynch, King, etc., in saying Slot and Stein. I know. I'm glad you said that, Stevie, but it's been said before. You know, when I opened up the stream. Daryl Merriott, tell you, when he kept phoning me, he wouldn't mind saying, I said, he's staying. I said, he's not. Take no notice. Take no notice. And that was for fucking weeks. He was phoning me up. I said, stop it. Stop phoning, stop messaging me. He's going. And he'd tell you, if he's on here now, he'd tell you what I said to him, that he's going. And he was the first fella to ring me this morning. He's going. He's gone. He's gone. I said, told you so. Told you so, didn't I? Stevie, Salah, Robbo to sign new 1-year deals and Canate to sign a 5-year deal under the new manager. Stevie said to Darryl, when it's the slot out parade. Frank, Becker to stay now. That slot left. I hope so. I hope so. Darryl says, change it, Steve. I changed it. As soon as he got sacked, the slot's out for it. But I kept telling you, didn't I? That FSG could not afford to lose the fan base. And I said, didn't I, because they know what happened to Hicks and Gillette. Once the fans turn on you, there's no going back. That's it. That's it. Go. Frank, says Stevie. Darryl. Frank, Darryl. Listen to Steven Gerrard's comments about slot today. He nails it. I will do. And I finish here. You should all stop. And Stevie, Frank, Man United fan base worldwide is after slot news, bro. I think the Arsenal fans as well. Darryl, Steven Gerrard was smiling like a Cheshire cat. Aidan Slot got his P40. What? And Peter, YouTube. Hiya, Peter. I won't be watching us either, to be honest, Peter. Not interested in the Champions League final, PSG and Arsenal. No. Neither am I. Couldn't give a fuck. This game has just begun, says Peter. Stevie to the Darryl. Henry's second slot today has taken a shine off Arsenal being in the Champions League. I'll just let you talk to each other there. No, Frank, you weren't the only one. It was a goal from Havertz. I've just seen me little Hollywood superstar. There she is. Josephine. So sorry to hear you had kidney stones, by the way. I know how they feel. Healing energy, get well soon, plus drink lots of blood. I never had kidney stones. Joe. I'll send you the message. I'll tell you what I had. And if the quick response by my doctor and the paramedic who came and drove me up to hospital right away. Everything was done within 2 hours. If it would have been delayed by another 20 minutes, I would have been dead. Simple as that. Dead. Brown bread. I wouldn't have been here sitting this. I would have gone to heaven or hell knowing that Slot was still the manager. Instead of being on cloud nine and floating around heaven now today, that he's gone, Joe. But I'll send you a message. I know that you'd have gone. Let's not forget Ian Rush left to come back as he was a true Reds legend who scored great goals. As loved Rushy. Yeah. Yeah, well, it was all about it was all about Juve, wasn't it? And ISIL. It was all about. And I was at both places. ISIL, 2 H's and Hillsborough. So, they said, to make amends with our Juve Amici. So we gave them, that is, Rushy. And he came back. Paul Burke, so sorry, says Joe, to where you had kidney stones. By the way, I know how that feels, healing energy as well. And that's to him. Joe. Hi, Frank. Hi, Joe. Paul Burke. Sophie, kill you, Frank. Just seen a pic of her watching match in Italy. Do you know what? They put the telly on this morning in Italy, and there's me on the telly. Channel 5. What you mean, Dad? In Italy. In an hotel room this morning. And John, no, Frank, you weren't the only. Alex on You Never Walk Alone Reds told us a fortnight ago also, saying Edwards and Hughes don't get along with each other. Yeah, they never had done. But who brought in Hughes? Edwards. John. Edwards. And who brought in their Slot? Hughes. And Jürgen and the other fella hated each other. Edwards. That's why he went. As soon as you've got to take, I've mentioned this loads of times, John. You've got to take why Edwards left in the first place and never took another job. He actually refused a job at Manchester United, and you say, why? He was gone from Liverpool. Then all of us, him and Hughes, by the way, told Hughes will follow you along 6 months later. 6 months later, bang on the nail, bang, 6 months, he went. Ask yourself why. Then all of a sudden, 2 years later, or 1.5 years later for their award, they both of them returned. And as soon as that happened, the big Yeg said, I'm leaving at the beginning of the season. That's why Trent said, I'm going to. Because he loved Jürgen Klopp. Jürgen Klopp nurtured him. Made him into the player he was. Because he said to him as a little kid, one day you'll be playing for Liverpool and become captain. And you'll play for your country, England. That's what he said to me, Trent. And if you ever go back to the day Jürgen was leaving on the pitch, he was bawling his eyes out. He wasn't just like tear-filled. He was bawling his eyes out. And that's why he went. That's why he took up Spanish lessons. He said, fuck this, I'm going. got his brother to negotiate because that's his agent. And he did. And we got 10 million for him, by the way. He said, you've got to give Liverpool something. And Stephen says, just for the record, let's keep the chat clean and have a bit of respect to Frank's YouTube channel, please. You'll never walk alone. Oh, thanks. Thanks for that, Steve. And the master, I've just been reading McAllister is retiring from football at the end of the World Cup. Serious injury. Go away. He's only 28. Steve will always be number one. Plays with crap. Says Paul Beck. Will always be number one. Crap. Always plays with number one. I never used that word. You say I hate that word. Kenny too. After that, very difficult. Yeah, Adam calls a clown though. He's cracking at me. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm still here, you clown. Oh, my clown, okay. I love Stevens. Yeah, absolutely loved him. And I love him to this day. Oh, I bumped into him one day in town in 2000 summer. Oh, what a humble man. Go away. Isn't that nice? I'm a clown. Me. Fucking clown. Can't get any better than that, can you? From Scouse. Red Scouser John. Wonder if he is a Scout. Oh, yeah, he must be because he's seen Steven Gerrard in town in 2002. I was at a function. I was talking to him. Didn't bump into him. Stevie and Kenny. This clown, me the clown, fucking God, can't make anything. He told me to fuck off before. And now I'm a clown. And Toscana had the pleasure of chatting to Mascherano before the cup match at Leeds. Very chatty. I had to chat to Fabio in Italian as his English wasn't too good. They are both of Italian descent, including Lucas. Yeah, most Brazilians are. Most Brazilian, well, South Americans, you know. Lucas Leiva, yeah. We got to look at his name, Leiva. Well done, Toscana. Mascherano was great. I loved him. Mr. B, I just wish Suarez could have got his chewing under control. He was a vampire. And I bet he had no issues with Kit Kat Chunky Franco. Exactly. Exactly. Fucking hell! I've got to wait for Francine to come home, and I'm going to sort out my tooth this week, and then make an appointment for the following week. Get me tooth done. Suarez has all the top qualities for an attacker at the top level, from great pace to great header. Very skilled with his dribbling. Great passes, tough finish with both legs, unbelievable, says our Romanian friend. Oh, listen, mate, I think... Look, why is he being like this? Get any idea why this Red Scouser John, who met Steven Gerrard in town, and said he's very humble. And calls me Einstein. Maybe to you I am, fella. Maybe to you. But Franco, there's only one king, King Balotelli. Why always me? Yeah, why always me? Remember that? Brilliant. Mario, Big Bab Mario. And Ali, Franco, if Stevie and Suarez had a Virgil and Ali in the back, he would win PL 5 years in a row, the Premier League in 5 years in a row. But at the time, we had bad defence, to be honest. We conceded always very easy goals. Like under Slot. I'm called a barn pot now. Yeah, it says here, look, Frank, you've said your opinion, but shut the fuck up. Now, you're sounding like a kid. Oh, right, okay. I apologise for I said thank you, didn't I? Well, I don't really remember me saying that. Then you came back at me again. And don't tell me to fuck off. Fucking telling you, arsehole. My fucking grandson was here, he wouldn't be saying that. Fucking finds out where you are. Fucking telling you. And you don't want to know my fucking grandson. And Lorraine, do everyone a favour, Scouser John, and say goodbye. You're doing everyone's head in. You're from St. Helens. You're no Scouser. Sorry, Frank. Had to be said. Yeah, St. Helens. St. Helens. Good job, I don't fucking know. Or I'd send my little grandson up to. And you know what my grandson does? He's that poor fucking Scouser John from St. Helens in knots. Pummeled. Thanks, Lorraine. Thanks, sweetheart. Agreed, 30 years. I'm going to fucking block him anyway. Fuck him, he's an arsehole. Don't like assholes. Where is he? Where is he? You're banned and you're deleted. There you go. And Carl, well said, Lorraine. Yes, don't you? Fucking hell. Just because I put it. My favourite three up. My favourite three. My opinion. Steven Gerrard. Mo Salah. Kenny Dalglish. And he didn't even have Mo, and he had 5. Fucking hell, and then they told me to fuck off. I thought we were on the same page. Fella from fucking St. Helens telling me I thought we were on the same page. Fuck off. Fucking knobhead. We need to bring Klopp to sing Arnie Slot Gone song. Arnie Slot, bye, bye, bye. Exactly. Etc. No more la, la, la. Ga, ga, ga. Exactly. Arsenal fans will be made up if they get a double, which is very good, but we won a double in 77 and a treble in 84. Yes, Edward. Well, those 5 mil would spend for transfers without making anything made Americans mad. Yes. Yes. Grazie, Franco, T and chatters. We can all have a great weekend off. Now, off to the shops. Ciao. Ciao, Bella. Ciao, Bella. Toscana. Listen, I've got to finish, please. Sorry, but I have to. What's up with Scouser John and all this F-off clown talk? Show some respect. He's gone now, T. He's from St. Helens, mate. He's not a Scouser. He's not a fucking Scouser. Lorraine said he's from St. Helens. Pretending to be a Scouser. Knows everything about football. Yeah, okay. But thanks anyway. Well, Franco, I've been there to the dentist. I have an infection in 12. Oh, go away. She told me to take all off and use denture. I am on the ground now. Cannot do that. Lose all. No. Don't get dentures. Davey, he's a Newcastle fan, but a nice Newcastle fan. All right, Frank. Great news for you, lot. Now, all I need now is for Howie to leave, and I'll be the happy as a pig. You'll be as happy as us. And on that wonderful note from our friend, Davey, Newcastle friend, I'm going to leave it. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for support me with that fucking arsehole. Scouser John from fucking St. Helens. Thank you. See you on Monday. TW. See you soon, Frank and chat. Great to have Frank back and in full swing. And thanks, Davey, all the way from Newcastle. Thank you. And to my wonderful Toscana, mille grazie. Cara mia Toscana. I'll see you all on Monday. Well, not you all. No, you all won't join me, but at least thank you so much. If you like the content, that's fine. And just like and subscribe. That's all. Go on. Thank you. See you Monday. But it's a history show, by the way. I just don't do football. Okay. Thank you, people. Love yous. You'll never walk alone. Slot has gone. Mamma mia.
I'm just a boy.